I woke up, that message, I was told to bring back. It kept going through my head, and Flip was there, Anthony was there, Mike was there. They were all in the room, and they saw me when I woke up. I asked instantly for a pen because I wanted to write down what was said to me. Yeah. And the nurse in there says he can't talk. He doesn't know where he's at right now. Youngest daughter's in there said, yes, he does. I know my father. He can write. She goes, if he writes right now, he'll write scribble. She gave me a piece of paper, and I wrote a word on there. She goes, just like that, and held it up to her. And she just walked out of the room. But then of course, these guys were started busting my chops, and Flip was sitting right next to me, and Anthony was there, and Mike, and it was just amazing to see everyone in the room. And then it was about not even 10 minutes, I think I was awake, and Pam came walking in. She drove all the way up to the snowstorm from Gettysburg in her PT Cruiser, which I didn't know was going to make it through a snowstorm, but it did.
Wow.
And it was just amazing to see everyone. But to answer the question, I think I was brought back to not only give this message, but I think it was a thing of saying, change your life around, change what you're doing. And to me, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. Like I was just eating. You're eating pizza, just like everyone else does, steaks, pizza, some. So why this happened to me, I don't know why. To answer that question, the only thing I think is I was brought there maybe to bring this message back.
Yeah.
Well, you remember it so
clearly. Give me a message, though.
Yeah.
I think he could have took a little lighter up me upstairs instead of shocking me so many times. I'd be shocked. But yeah, maybe for all the jokes I was always talking, doing on the show. Maybe it's payback. Maybe he just paid me back a little bit.
Well,
I'm sure Flip's having fun in the chat right now.
Yeah, Flip says you were brought back for season 5, so that's the reason that you came back.
Well, being I don't know what I would have done I don't know what you can do if I had passed away. I don't know what you can do. You can't do. Maybe I should come back and haunt the crap out of the team, but it would have been fun moving the piece of equipment on them each time. But I look back at it as what I learned from it. I got questions asked me, put it this way. Are you going to quit ghost hunting because of this? Because now you have the answers. You know what the other side's like. And I'll tell you why, because I didn't get the answers. I didn't get the answers I wanted. I don't know who the figure was in front of me.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't, where was I? I still have questions. Where was I standing? Why was there no sense of time? They actually gave me more questions to ask now than answering questions, that I've been asking.
Right.
Because when I asked for the answers, I got the answer. They weren't allowed to talk to me. They told me right out, we can't talk to you.
I'm going to blow your mind now. I'm going to blow your mind. What if?
It blows my mind because, you know what? I'm Catholic, so, God's voice is supposed to, right away you think of a male.
Right.
This was a unisex voice. You couldn't tell if it was male or female. That's what I think bothers me the most, because you couldn't tell if it was a female or a male talking to you. It's just like if you and Lauren are talking in harmony.
Yeah.
Saying the same thing at the same exact time, having the perfect timing.
See, no,
Excuse me?
I think it really was a vagina, and if you had stayed there, you would have been born again. You would have fallen back out and been born again.
Yeah. Well, that's what my daughter had said to me. She goes, maybe that's what you were seeing. She goes, maybe you're being born again. She goes, Dad, maybe that's what you saw.
Oh my God.
Who knows?
I'm still in heaven. I'm happy.
What were you saying, Steve, before Mark rudely interrupted you? I'm sorry.
I had no clue what it was, Mark. I had no clue. I just, I saw a figure. There was a figure standing in the middle of it, though.
Yeah.
So, and that's when I got that message, and then I was told to go. And then, it was sort of stern, hang around and see what happened next. So, to me, like I said, there was no sense of direction, so I just felt like I turned myself, and then, bam, I was down in the operating room waking up, and then I was shocked that I was back up there again after being told to go, and then that voice, I didn't see anything. I just was in the empty space, and I heard, I told you to go. And I was like, hey, I did go. I didn't ask to come back up here, you know? And I was saying to myself, and then that's when I woke up with the thing. And the clapping part was, I mentioned that before, when I woke up and the surgeons were all clapping after I gave them the thumbs up, was my surgeon told me in the room, Dr. Lowen, he says, the reason why we clap, because I said, were you guys clapping? And he says, yeah, we were clapping because you gave us the thumbs up and we thought you had brain damage. He goes, we were talking to you for a good week and you wouldn't respond to us. You were looking at us, but you weren't saying it. The time I went back up there, and then I was told to come back down. And and then I responded. And he said, we thought you had brain damage because you were without oxygen for at least 7 minutes. From the time they got me from the elevator into the cath lab, they could not get my heart restarted.
Wow.
And they did the cath lab. And then they went up through my groin. They went through both sides. I guess it was a race to get up to the heart to see who could find the clog the fastest. I don't know what they did, and they got to it. And he said, once you broke through, what I had was the Widowmaker, they call it. I was 100% clogged in my my right coronary artery, and I had 2 blood clots on top of it. So I should clinically have died since I stood up in my house. That's what makes it a miracle. You can be 100% clogged and still survive, but you do not survive with 2 blood clots on top of it.
Wow.
So that's why I should have been dead right from the start. And I think that's why I took so many shocks to keep bringing me back, because the clots, once they gave me the nitro, that opens your valves and everything in your heart, and that allowed them to go deeper into the heart, which you can't blame a paramedic for it, because it's a 50-50 chance when they give you nitro.
Right.
Because they can't see the clog when they're in the ambulance. So you can't blame them. You know, he's trying to save your life. So to Hemlock Farms and Atlantic Ambulance Services over here, I want to thank them. I know a couple of guys are listening.
Good.
They were on the ride with me.
Oh, my God, that's awesome.
And they brought me back a couple times for dehydration. So we got to talk in the ambulance on the way back to the hospital, and he brought me back the first time for dehydration, because you have a fear of, when you have a heart attack, you always have that fear, any twinge you get in your chest or your side, you know, is it another one? Is it going to happen again? You know, and your first month after having a heart attack is your worst month that you can have another one. So if the first time from what I told from the cardiologist, once you have one, there's a chance you can have another one weeks after. So I'm on my almost second month now, so almost through it. So, and they have me monitored when I go into cardio rehab. They put this monitor on me. I run the treadmill. I do all the exercises they have me do. So. Yeah.
Well,
you're going to be in medical journals.
Yeah.
Guaranteed you'll be in medical journals.
Yeah. But like one guy, the doctor said to me, he says, I don't know anyone else, that's actually made it to this, the Widowmaker. He says usually we only shock someone 3 times and then we give up. And he says we shocked you more than several times. And I that's why I asked him when he came to my room. I said, why didn't you give up? And he says, that's what I want to find out on the 27th is what I said to him. Because he says, I didn't give up because you kept talking to me.
Right.
And I'm like, every time I shocked you and you came back, you'd say something to me. And then when the guy told me I was shaking hands and saying thanks for saving me, I don't remember any of that. And they said I kept doing it. Every time they shocked me, I'd shake someone's hand. I'd shake someone's hand. I was like, really?
Shake him and thank him for keeping
I don't
around.
remember any of that, you know?
Yeah, right.
I told him, I said, the last thing I saw coming at me was scissors. And that was in the ER, and they were cutting off my Red Diamond shirt, which, Kevin, if you're listening, you owe me a new shirt, please. It's my favorite shirt, our graphics, Red Diamond Graphics shirt I was wearing that day, and they had to cut it off. So,
well, Steve,
I'm happy to be here.
We're happy.
We are too.
We're happy you're here. We're about out of time for this interview, and we'd love to have you back on in a few months when you're deeper into your rehab and you've had more time to reflect back, and we'll check back in and see how everything's going with you. And obviously we're friends, so we don't need to do that for the radio, but we'll keep everybody else informed and have you back on for that. And
we appreciate you telling us. Thank you so much for opening up.
Yeah, man.
That meant a lot to us.
Well, thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm sorry it was a little hard still.
No,
everything I went through.
Ever.
But I had my team with me. My team was right there by my side, and I thank them. I thank all the doctors at Geisinger. I thank Pam for traveling all the way up to a snowstorm. She's the love of my life. She's done a lot for me.
Aww.
I thank you all. I miss you all in the field too. I got a lot of friends. I thank everyone for signing my bear. I got a beautiful bear that came from the cons, Salem Con, and it also went to the New Jersey Con. And there's just so many people. If I forgot to thank you, I'm sure I'll see you out in the field. I'll be back.
Awesome.
I'll be at Hudson Valley. So
and
I'll be there.
Your return is Hudson Valley Paracon.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Awesome. Woo!
Awesome, brother. Listen, we'll
Doctor
chat.
Gave me the okay. Yeah, doctor gave me the okay. I'm allowed to travel. So.
We'll chat again soon, brother. Thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye, Pam.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye, Pam.
Well, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was that's a impressive,
amazing.
I don't say impressive story. That makes it sound like you just made it up. That's an amazing story.
It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
You know, and we're all so very lucky to have Steve around, and the message that he brought back for us too was.
Well, I think maybe he was chosen because he will bring the message back the way it and tell it the way it's supposed to be heard.
Yeah.
Guys, if that ever happened to me, I'd come back and be like, oh, crap, I don't remember what he said.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know, I'd feel like
put me back out. I gotta go back.
I don't remember what he said. Bring me back.
But I know, right? When he said something. I can't. It looked like a vagina. I can't get by that. It was God looked like a vagina. God is a vagina. No wait, I don't mean that. Please don't strike me down. I'm not calling you a vagina. I just want to keep saying vagina. Vagine. But Steven's. I don't want to make light of Steve's story.
No.
It's amazing.
It was an amazing story.
You know, we have a little bit of time here before we're going to kick off hour number 2.
Yes.
With our guest, Nick Groff.
Nick Groff.
And an amazing announcement that we have coming on. So far, we haven't even talked about our sponsor, Deadly Grounds Coffee.
Deadly Grounds.
Deadly Grounds
Had
Coffee.
a cup of that this morning.
Yes, it was.
Hell's Fury.
Hell's Fury is amazing.
Tasty.
Very delicious.
Yes. And
so we got the Deadly Grounds Coffee guys, Tom Lealios and his crew do an amazing job traveling from con to con and party to party with their coffee, and I do believe it's going to be available soon at Darkside Inc. as well.
Ooh.
I've seen. So we have an awesome sponsor. D.T.M. is awesome too. We don't forget to stay tuned at 8:00 after our show with Nick.
Yep.
Don't forget to stick around for Drinks with Tiff.
Drinks with Tiffany.
And then
Drinks
after that, Aliens,
UFOs and Beyond with Christina George.
That's right. So we have all that coming up in our jam-packed hour number 2. So what we're going to do real quick is I'm just going to play a little...
an outro.
Not really an outro, just an in-between intro-outro thing here. So stick around, please, for hour number 2. We're just going to take a quick...
little
1 minute break here so I can maybe have something more to drink.
So I can make the beverages. Thank you again, Stephen K. Barry.
Rolling Hills Asylum. Located in East Bethany, New York, just minutes between two major airports, Rolling Hills Asylum is a hotbed of paranormal activity. They have been featured on Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures, Paranormal Challenge, as well as Sci-Fi Channel's Ghost Hunters. Rolling Hills